Welcome to this explainer. Imagine walking into a company that's raking in hundreds of thousands of pounds every single year. You open the door, expecting the buzz of a really busy team, but instead, you find a shockingly empty office. Today, we're diving into the invisible workforce, how AI agents are reshaping small business. It's a phenomenon that would have sounded like pure science fiction just 3 years ago, but it's quietly transforming modern commerce right under our noses. Let's get right into it.
So imagine this. No customer service reps on the phones, no appointment setters, no data entry workers, no social media managers. There's just one founder, a laptop and a digital invisible workforce operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Across the UK right now, small businesses are literally replacing entire departments with these digital workers. To really get how they're pulling this off, we need to look at the massive hurdle small businesses always used to face.
Section 1. The £200,000 problem, traditional scaling versus the AI solution. Let's break this all down using a fictional property manager in Manchester named James as our prime example. Now, just 5 years ago, James relied on 5 human employees. His old team consisted of a receptionist answering calls, an assistant handling emails, someone scheduling appointments, a social media manager, and an administrator updating spreadsheets. That meant 5 distinct salaries, 5 sets of holidays, 5 sets of unavoidable human mistakes, and, 5 sets of delays. His business was totally stuck, because every single time he gained a new customer, he had to hire more staff just to handle the load. But instead of hiring employee number 6 to train desperately scale, James did something completely different. He hired his first AI agent. This agent instantly started answering common customer questions. It took no lunch breaks, it took no annual leave, and crucially, it didn't make customers wait until Monday morning for a reply. Within months, he added more AI systems to handle the scheduling, the invoicing, the whole shebang. Suddenly, a 5-person workload was being managed by software subscriptions that cost less than a single employee's monthly salary. Now, what's really interesting here is the core philosophy. The goal isn't replacing humans, it's removing repetitive work. James didn't shrink his business, he made it exponentially faster. He offloaded the mundane stuff so the humans could actually focus on making decisions that create real value. But to really grasp how this works, we need to clarify what we actually mean by AI agent.
Section 2. Decoding AI agents. More than just a chatbot. So let's explore why an agent is a completely different beast from those basic chatbots we're all so used to interacting with.
Most people think AI is just a chatbot. You ask a question, you get an answer, and boom, the conversation's totally finished. But an AI agent operates on a completely different level. While a traditional chatbot just receives a command and stops, an AI agent is given a broad goal and relentlessly works in the background to execute multiple steps. It continues working autonomously. It's the difference between giving software rigid commands versus giving it dynamic goals. Imagine hiring software and giving it this one simple overarching instruction: handle customer support. You don't tell it exactly how to answer every single question. You just give it the goal and let it autonomously figure out the nuances of the job. And this brilliantly illustrates the agent's workflow. It doesn't blindly reply. Step 1, it reads the message. Step 2, it checks previous conversations for context. Step 3, it finds the answer and responds. Step 4, it updates the records. And Step 5, it actually flags urgent cases for human review. It acts as a full administrative worker. And the crazy part? Customers often don't even realize they're speaking with software, simply because the experience is actually faster and more thorough than human support ever was. Section 3. 5 disappearing jobs, the roles being automated first. Let's see how this technology is quietly making specific roles obsolete across the small business landscape. Here are the 5 distinct areas being transformed first, simply because they rely heavily on routine actions. Number 1, customer support, answering questions 24/7. Number 2, appointment scheduling. Number 3, data entry. Number 4, social media production. And number 5, internal reporting, automatically generating your sales trends before you've even finished your morning coffee. For instance, let's look at appointment scheduling. You've got the agonizing old process, the email dance. You email, they reply, you reschedule, another email, huge delay. Compare that to the modern process. The customer picks a time, the calendar updates automatically, and it's done in seconds. It is completely frictionless.
Section 4. The speed advantage, the tale of 2 bakeries. To clearly see the competitive edge here, let's look at a thought experiment involving two identical bakeries on the exact same street. Consider the battleground. Bakery 1 relies on traditional operations. Order confirmations are manual, customer service only happens during business hours, and marketing happens only when someone actually remembers to post. Now look at Bakery 2. They leverage AI agents. Orders are confirmed instantly, questions are answered at midnight, marketing campaigns launch automatically. Which business is going to grow faster?
So the crucial takeaway here is that Bakery 2 will inevitably grow faster, not because they have superior pastries, but because of speed. In business, speed compounds. A customer who gets their question answered in 30 seconds is just far more likely to buy than someone waiting until tomorrow morning for an email reply. The businesses winning the next decade simply move faster.
Section 5. The biggest AI myth. Will technology replace everyone? Let's address the most common fear surrounding this topic head-on. History consistently shows us a very different pattern. Calculators did not eliminate accountants. They just made them faster. Spreadsheets didn't eliminate finance teams. Email didn't eliminate offices. Revolutionary technology doesn't eliminate people. It eliminates tedious tasks.
And that brings us to the reality of the situation. The myth is that AI is here to totally replace the human workforce. But the reality? AI simply removes tasks. The businesses thriving right now are using AI to make their employees infinitely more valuable. Instead of answering repetitive emails, your human staff can finally focus their energy on solving complex problems and building genuine, lasting customer relationships. It's a real game changer.
Section 6. The next industrial revolution, a historical perspective. We are currently standing at the very beginning of the next major technological transformation in modern business.
Let's put this in context. 100 years ago, electricity transformed how businesses operated. 50 years ago, it was computers. 20 years ago, the internet completely rewrote the rules of commerce. Today, AI agents are following that exact same historical trajectory. And just like every revolution before it, most people will ignore it until it becomes absolutely impossible to ignore.
The business owners winning the next decade won't be the ones sitting around debating whether AI is useful. They'll be using it to build companies that operate while they sleep. They are building hybrid environments. The ultimate winners are the businesses where humans and AI seamlessly work together.
The technology is no longer coming. It is already here. So as this invisible workforce quietly reshapes industries before the headlines even catch up, you really have to ask yourself this critical question. When it's time to scale, will your future business hire 5 employees or 5 AI agents? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep exploring how to build faster, smarter, and better.